Radio Raumstation. 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Today with Mr. Lorne Reid from Mexico. Hey, $8 rum, Mr. Lorne Reid. Dear Lorne, as I may say. What a great pleasure to make an interview with you. So many know you already, and we did tons of songs together. So I guess you did in the past, with many stunning musicians. We are curious to learn a bit about your musical life.
Good day, Melanie. Thanks very much for having me on.
Thanks to you for being in that project. The first thing, of course, we want to know, how did you come to music? And did your parents already support you? Was music in your family?
Well, I kind of got into music because my oldest brother had phenomenal taste, in my opinion. You know, Jethro Tull, all the classic old bands, Sabbath and Led Zeppelin and everybody. And of course, at that time, and it was in the mid-'70s, there was a lot of good music, in my opinion. And a bunch of buddies from school, we decided, we got to start a band, and we're going to go from there. And luckily, I got a guitar for Christmas. So that's where it all started. Got to give credit to my parents for letting us practice in the basement, because let's face it, in a lot of those early years, we just made a lot of noise and a lot of screaming. We had a ton of fun, but big props to them for either leaving the house or wearing earplugs or doing whatever they had to do, because there's no way they were enjoying what was going on downstairs.
I once saw a movie where a young drummer was practicing in the cellar too, and his parents wore headphones because they did not want to disturb him. But tell us, you stick with your guitar, I guess. What else influences? Tell us a little bit about this.
Well, I always liked diversity in music, ranging from Elton John, David Bowie, Aerosmith, heavier music, AC/DC, punk rock, pretty much all kinds. We'd give it a go. I remember when Elvis Costello came out, I thought that was just weird. But, look back now, and that's some fantastic music that he put out. So influences are wide and like I say, varied. Which I think is important if you want to grow or you want to find your own style. You can have influences, but you never want to pigeonhole yourself into one particular style. For me anyway. Some people, that's their heart and soul. It's what they do. I prefer to experiment and to really try and stretch my own boundaries wherever I can and learn from it and learn from others.
At that time, when you entered in music, did you visit already concerts when you had been in a young age?
It was a truly glorious time for music. Concerts, Alice Cooper, seeing Kiss in 1977. There was so many bands we got a chance to see. And then kind of petered out, 20 years later, but there were still bands you had to catch, like the Foo Fighters. So that was a lot of fun.
Let's speak a little bit about the music you produce. When did you start? And do you have any old recordings, something like that?
Sadly, the music that we produced when we first started out, we didn't have a way to record it with any type of quality whatsoever. We did play live quite a bit, but back then, we just didn't have the money or experience or knowledge to do a decent recording. I never did get into the studio back then, like a real studio. Heck, we were still in high school.
So you don't have any real songs you can show us from that time, just a weird band.
We really wanted to get a rock sound of our own. It was a blend of all of our different influences. So we range from crazy progressive time signatures to all kinds of just straight up rock and crazy grungy noise and whatnot. I'm not sure there was one particular song that really springboarded everything off because again, we did quite a variety. All we knew is that the more we wrote, the better chances we had, the better we'd get at players, and the more opportunity we would have.
What was the name of this band? And tell us a little bit about your former band life, in which bands you played and had been in.
Our first band was called The Hex, and we did mostly covers in that. We wrote a few. That was the buddies in high school, so that was our first starting band. And then we also got a side band with the same bass player but a different drummer, and we focused on all original, progressive, crazy rock, kind of like Rush or Rush wannabes, I guess. That was a ton of fun. And we played a number of live gigs with that band at special events and went over well. And we started a cover band with a lot of the same people. That band was called Shifter. We were booked solid from 79 to 81, probably played between 5 and 6 times a month all over the province of Alberta where we were. If we could drive there after school and make it to the gig, great. If not, we'd just skip school if we had to drive a bit longer. But truly the glory days in that sense of playing live for me. After that, I played in a couple more bands, one called Sheffield Steel, and another one called Those Guys. Those were both commercial bands, and we did okay, but I really wanted to get more into my own music and writing than just playing other people's songs. I'm not really very good at playing other people's songs. I do the best I can, but I just don't have the passion for it to pull it off properly, I guess is the best way to put it.
I agree to that, and I must say I have a lot of problems in covering too, because my head is doing always the own thing, let's say. Tell us a little bit more about your landmarks in music.
I guess one of the biggest landmarks was putting out our first CD, which we did in 2000. Did it with my buddy Todd, and we put it out under the band name Guru Madman. It was quite the experience doing it. We did 14 songs in 5 days in the studio. Of course, it didn't sell any better than most independent bands, but it still was a good starting point, and there's some really good tunes on there, in my opinion. But that was in 2000, so that was a while back.
You grew up in Canada, but now you live in Mexico. One day you decided to move. Was it due to music?
Well, I got my first job when I was 12, so I've been working for a long time, and I just decided no more of this keeping up with the Joneses and the rat race and the expenses of everything. I mean, had a family group, they all grew up, went on their ways, doing their thing. And I just decided, working 60 hours a week, I just lost the interest in it completely and thought, just sell everything, absolutely everything, and move to Mexico and concentrate on music. Best decision I've ever made. Put out 235 songs, I think it is, since I got here. Recorded with various fabulous artists from around the world, and I don't have to be anywhere at any given time. I can do what I like, take 3 days off, do 4 days straight of music. I mean, there's no rules whatsoever when you're doing it yourself. Like I say, best decision I ever made as far as music. I met some people here, and we had a band called Becoming Ashes. We put a CD out. It did pretty good down here in Mexico, I gotta admit. Very, very rock and hard rock unit. That was a lot of fun, and then the pandemic hit, so that kind of screwed up all of our live plans and whatnot, and everyone just had to try and get by to survive. Again, I've been very blessed, so I just stayed at home and wrote more music, which was kind of what I've been doing for the last 5 years anyway, so not a lot of impact to me. So again, I've been very lucky in that sense.
Coming now to a first song. If you would have to play a song which is the most related to Canada and your life there, which one you would choose and why?
I wrote a song called A New Life. That was right at the time before, and let's say 3 months before we moved. I didn't work at all for the 3 months. We just sold stuff, got ready, visited people, things like that. I think that one probably best explains what I was going through at the time and wanting to change things up. And I guess that's why it's called A New Life.
And we let music speak with A New Life from Lorne Reid.
understand. I need a new life. What the challenge isn't satisfies. It won't be easy, but I'll never know until I try. People say that it can't be done. From your past you cannot run, and they'll try to hold you back for their own selfish reasons. And you know you must press on, that the road ahead is long. With your first step you're on your way, closer to the day you start a new life. Start a new life. Start a new life. Leaving it all behind will liberate your mind. It's an opportunity to cleanse your body and your soul. When you start over again, feel the strength in your decisions. Mistakes in the past are gone, and you're ready to move on. And you're gonna prove them wrong. Gonna sing to your own song. And you're gonna beat your drum like you did when you were young. And they say that it can't be done, and you're gonna prove them wrong. You're gonna beat your drum like you did when you were young. And they say that it can't be done, but you're gonna prove them wrong. You're gonna sing your own song and beat your drum. And they say that it can't be done, but you're gonna prove them wrong. You're gonna beat your drum like you did when you were young. Start a new life. Start a new life.
Very, very cool song, Lorne. I like it a lot. Now tell us which song you would choose to describe your life in Mexico.
Well, a song describing my life here in Mexico is tricky because very, very diverse and very different culture down here. So I'm going to have to say the song by Becoming Ashes, Closed My Eyes, done with Kenny Martin on vocals here in Mexico.
I close my eyes to get a better look. I know it sounds crazy. I close my eyes and try imagining the kind of life that's really worth living. The kind of life where I'm at peace.
What a voice, what a song. I really love it. You must have a good life in Mexico. Tell us a bit about your dreams. If you could choose a band from all famous people you know, who would be in?
That's funny. I don't really know any famous people, so I'm gonna stick with the people I've worked with in the past and currently as all the people I would want to continue working with. I'm always open to meeting new people. It's a little trickier here, a different vibe and a different scene overall than what some old guy from Canada is doing versus what a 25-year-old Mexican hard rock or metal person is going to do, but there's still opportunity. I'd love nothing better than to get the old group back together. I mean, we've all progressed musically over the years, and that would probably be my biggest dream. And we could get David Bowie in there as well, and he could do some vocals for us because he's a pretty cool dude. If we could bring him back, I guess.
I am sure you will meet him once in the big jam over the rainbow. Tell us which song you ever made until now is the most unusual genre for you, and can you let us hear and explain a little bit about this song?
I think the most unusual or course-changing song that I've done was done here. It was actually the first one that we did together, Melanie Alba. Kind of never dabbled in sort of an electronic form before. And I thought, well, I'll give it a try. I mean, like I say, nowadays with the computer, there's so many things that you're open to. It's tricky when I'm playing instruments that I have no clue how to play, but I do my best and I piece it together and I actually play all the music. I don't use any samples or anything, so I just put it in there and I hope for the best. And then what you put on that song just floored me. So that's one of my favorite songs, and it actually got me into doing more and more and more, which we've done quite a few together. So thank you very much for that.
Oh no, Lorne, I have to say thanks to you, because I eat and eat and eat, and I love to do songs. It's my passion, and I throw them out. And I love Alba too. That's why we play it right now. My name is Alba. You already paid for my love. I was born in the city. I was born into this song. It was the wrong place to be, where all the boys hit the ground. I stood beside the door when you picked up the phone. I heard it whisper through the room when my soul was thrown down. My name is Alba. You already paid for my love. I was lost from the first day I met you. Me to the crowd, you wrapped me in a shroud. It was the wrong place to be. I was too young to see. Is glowing in my eyes. sound. 'Twas a wrong place to be, where all these boys hit the ground. Away, I have to stay. It burns me. You took my passport. You deleted my name. A spinning wheel. I stood beside the door when you picked up the phone. Whisper through the room when my soul was thrown down. My name is Alba. My name is Alba. Are you looking for me? My name is Alba. You deleted my name. Paid love is glowing in my eyes. My name is Alba.
I'm a bit proud about you chose that song. You are a very good singer as well. Have you had any education for this, or do you just out of the belly?
Well, thanks for your support on the singing bit. I know there's a lot of people that don't care or cringe at the sound of their own voice, and they have no reason to because they're phenomenal. I've had other people actually cringe at the sound of my voice, and that's okay too. I do the best I can. When in doubt, I just belt it out and hope for the best. I've been lucky on a few songs that turn out all right. Don't have a great range, but I do thank you for your support in that aspect. I seem to have much better success with actual trained vocalists that are a little more skilled than I am. So I get the odd song done that turns out well, but I prefer not to if possible.
But I'm happy you did, because I think of our duet, Dangerous Times. Lorne, have you ever been abroad? Have you traveled? And have you any song that is related to that area, or maybe trip or period of your life?
I've only ever traveled to sort of typical vacation spots. Lots of times to Mexico, obviously, before we moved here. That's why we came. Probably 15 times here, a couple times to Hawaii, different parts of Canada, part on holidays and part on band tours. Probably been to 20 of the states in the United States. Really like the desert states and hiking in around Utah and places like that. It's like dinosaur land, which I really like dinosaurs. So very interesting landscapes and diversity down there as well. I'd like to go more in Australia and see my cousin Jimmy, and I'd like to go to Europe and see Ron Bowes, and I'd like to go a lot of different places, but it's been kind of handcuffed the last little bit with what's going on in the world. I guess I'm going to have to pick Gutter Funk featuring Ron D. Bowes from the UK. Just about anybody, I guess, who's sort of had a down situation in their life and has decided that they've had enough and they're getting out of that situation and gonna move on.
I'll be heading out of here.
Dang, that's a real Ron Bowes rocker. Lorne, how do come songs to your mind? You have first a melody or lyric, or how do you write?
Writing songs, yeah. One thing I've learned over the years is you can't force writing a song, or at least I can't. I don't have a formula per se. In a sense, it's I'll pick up my guitar and I'll go sit on the front deck and I'll noodle around and see if something comes to me, and it's almost like I don't even have control over it at first. It's not like being in a trance, but all of a sudden when something does come, I'm not sure where it even comes from or why. I just go by how it sounds, and and then you move on and you build from there. It might only be one part, it might be two. I have some songs that I've written start to finish in, say, 8 minutes. They literally write themselves. I have other ones that take 8 days and sometimes 8 weeks, sometimes even 8 years, you never know. And you go back and you visit and you use a part from this song and you couple it up with a new one that you just thought of, or you combine two songs together. So it's probably not the best process in one way, but it's just what works for me. I listen to it and I get in the groove and away I go. And sometimes you go back and you go, what was I thinking? And you scrap it. And other times it just in my opinion, turns out pretty well pure gold. So as long as I don't force anything and I just let it sort of go naturally, seems to work out pretty well.
What would you say is important in music when you maybe meet a young talent going into music, from your point of experience?
The only advice that I could give to anybody is just to be yourself. Be true to the music that you want to put out. Also, watch out for all the different scammers out there. People, send me $50 and we're going to promote your... Yeah, there's a lot of shysters out there, sadly. Best thing you can do, get a band, keep it together, do live shows, sell your merch, sell your CDs, do everything yourself that you can. That's the only way to actually make any money. Plus, it's a ton of fun. Just stick with it. Don't give up. Don't ever stop.
Just stick with it. Don't stop. Never give up. Dang, that's a cool theme for another song, I think. Lorne, if you now should say goodbye to the people here, and we ask you to play a music you think is good for the moment like that, what would you choose from your portfolio and why? And please let us hear this song hereafter.
Well, I really want to thank you for having me on, Melanie. Truly appreciate the opportunity to share my story and some of my music. I have a song that I wrote the music for, and Farrell Jackson in California wrote the lyrics and sang. It's kind of a sad song. It's about loss and not getting the opportunity to have spent the time you wanted or say what you wanted to someone before they've passed on. It's called Time Will Heal. I think it's a sad but fantastic song nonetheless. I think it's something everyone could relate to at some point, or will relate to at some point in their lives.
I'll never ever get to see you again.
Breathtaking song, cool harmonies, I must say. Thank you so much, Lorne, for this interview. People are very happy to learn a bit about your musical experience.
Again, just want to thank everybody for tuning in and for supporting independent artists worldwide, no matter who they are. The main goal of all of us is to have fun. If we can be successful at it, fantastic. But if we're having fun, we've already succeeded. Thank you very much.
If you're having fun, you've already succeeded. I fully agree from my heart. Thank you again, Lorne, for being here. We hope to see you again on Radio Raumstation. Thanks to all the listeners. Have a good day. Until next time.
Radio Raumstation. 24 hours a day. Yeah.
You listen to Mr. Lorne Reid. My name is Melanie Colley.